Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Lenny, and welcome back to the channel. I've got this beautiful machine right next to me, and we're going to be working on it today. Also, yeah, this thing is still here, but the plan is I'm going to go ahead and move it into the garage real quick and see if I can't install my interior lighting. That's been one of the things that I haven't done on this car yet that I usually do immediately. And yeah, I miss it. I miss seeing my feet and seeing different colors while I'm driving and stuff. So that's what we're doing today. So let's get this car up into the garage and just get right on into it. It should be a pretty simple install. I do have to cut the power cord. It comes with a little adapter. I definitely have to cut it and splice it into the car there. I'll probably do the black wire to ground, and then the red wire straight to a fuse or a fuse tap, something like that. I don't have any fuse taps on hand. Usually just wrap it around the fuse, shove it in there, call it a day. It worked forever on the Accord, so I'm sure it'll work fine here. So yeah, we'll just tackle it, get right into it, and I'll show you the kit. It's right inside. Let's do it. Alrighty, so I've gotten the Evo inside the garage. I think the first step here might honestly be take out the center console since it's so easy. I'm thinking some of the wiring is going to tuck probably in between that because I want to route it. Actually, here, let me show you guys how this thing works first. So this is the kit, right? It looks like there's this thing, which is, plug it into your 12 volt there and then click it on and off. We don't want that. We want to cut this up and then use those power cables to route all that power into the car so it turns on automatically. So then you look at this and you say, okay, well, I have two sides, right? Got that side and this side. And so I'm thinking I'll probably split them in the middle on the side of the car and then kind of go two in front there and then two in the rear there. I don't know how it's going to work out. All right, so I plugged these in just to make sure. It doesn't seem like each individual one really matters, so I think I'm just going to put them wherever they fit well. And like I said, there's that little thing there to turn it on and off. It actually doesn't come with a remote controller either. You just have to use your phone, which is kind of cool. It connects to Bluetooth though, so it works well though. It works with my music as well as this, so it seems like the phone has no problem picking up the Bluetooth. That's great. So it's really just figuring out where to put these and then tucking on the wiring. Super easy. Let's do it. Since this car's already been taken apart so many times, it's actually relatively easy to get on under here. It looks like none of my other wires are even tucked properly. It looks like these are all exposed, and I don't know if there's like a cover down here that's supposed to be down here or anything. That's odd. I'm sure there's supposed to be a cover, so we'll see what happens with that. But my plan was just to, you see it right there, just kind of pulled it through, and then I'm probably gonna stick it like right around here, maybe use some zip ties for additional security, and then call that a day. Let's see if this gets in the way. It does not, so that's a perfect spot for it right there. Yeah, and then we'll tuck all the cabling, put all the rest of the extra cable back in there, and then we'll tuck it around on the driver's side. You probably guys can't see that down there. Here, let me actually move the light for you. So down there should be able to tuck behind the carpet. Yo, I've gotten the front two installed. They're pretty clean. They match the radio there and everything, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, I'm taking a little break. I have to do the rear still, but do some nice little pulls for you guys. Alrighty, so I've just finished up the fronts. I wired everything under there like I showed you guys, and oh, here we go. My steering wheel got locked. Come on. There you go. Check it out. Ooh, and they're app controlled, so I don't have a remote or anything, but you can control it through your phone, which is kind of cool. All Bluetooth. I'm gonna shut this off for now. We have an issue now of getting the rears in. I don't have my flashlight on, so I won't be able to see anything in here. Alright, so I took out my glove box because it was kind of in the way, but my plan is I'm going to run it through this carpet here underneath over to here and then pop it through and then run it on each side of these rails, just right on the side. should do the job. I mean, there's nowhere else, because I don't want to put it on a seat and have it move back and forth and have wire hanging out. So I feel like since those are static anyway, and I can just peel them off if I need to, reapply some 3M tape every time I take out my seats, which I hope will not be anytime soon. And the bottom of my seat seems to be broken there. I don't know what's going on. Put that back. This keeps happening to me. Let me do this side first. Alrighty guys, so I've wired this to the side of the bracket here. It's a little hard to see, but those are the LEDs of this white strip here. And apparently there's some trash under there, so I gotta get that out of there. But what I ended up doing was I just ran most of the wiring under this box here, the center console box, and I ran the wire out one way, out the other, and then under here. Might be a little hard to see, but you could see the wire runs across. It's not as clean as I would like it to be, but it is what it is because I had to just make it work. It turns out the carpeting is really hard to get to when you don't have the seats out and everything, so there's that. But yeah, the wire runs along there. That's the only exposed wire in the whole thing. So I also don't believe I ever showed how I wired everything. So behind this little box here, I guess you can pull it out, and there's the fuse box, and I just wire tapped it, and then there's this little plug underneath. I can't even find it right now, but you can see the wire, the black wire runs right along here, right there. It comes down under here. But yeah, I'm using the cigarette lighter 15 amp fuse, so that's cool. But yeah, works out really well. I need to cut this zip tie and then also figure out what the rest of these wires are doing back here. They're just a mess. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Whoa, this is cool. I didn't even notice, but on the back of this little, I guess this is a change box or something. I didn't realize the fuse diagram was on the side of this, and that it comes with actually a few extra fuses on the back, which is kind of sick. At this point, I thought I would also include the radio install I did a couple of months ago. Just a little bit of a lost vlog, and it never made its way to YouTube, so I decided to throw it in right here. Hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Good morning, guys. I just got a package delivery notification, so I pulled out the Evo and actually grabbed some tools. I've got my wire strippers and my electrical tape, and I also have a harness upstairs in my room, so hopefully we don't need it, because the stereo inside the Evo right now is actually already aftermarket, and I have this package. So we're gonna go ahead, run into the interior here, see if we don't need the extra harness, because then I can go return that, which will be a lot cheaper. And yeah, I've already taken out parts of this. I have all of these AC control things out. You just pull them straight out. They might be a little rough to get at first, but they do come out, I promise you. So just keep trying. And then I've got my handy dandy screwdriver and bit set there, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a Phillips head on this, and then there's just two screws right here and right here, and then that's pretty much it. I heard you can just lift it up. We'll see. And it turns out it was actually just that easy. You see all these little tabs, just make sure to pull straight forward and they should come out just like that. And now we can just take out the 4 screws right here and see if we can't get this old head unit out. The old one was a mess. I had to run a aux cable with an adapter, and yeah, it was just it was a lot. But now we have Bluetooth, so hopefully this one is going to be way better. I've just popped open the package here. It's a Kenwood Bluetooth radio. It's pretty sweet. It was only like $87, so with everything, including the harness, it was like $117 after everything, so pretty prime. Let's go ahead and take this thing out. So because I had a aftermarket radio in here before already, all I had to do was take out the wiring harness and just cut all of them and then re-tap them in. And here's the new one. It is beautiful. I turned it to the blue that I always have, and it works really well. And the volume knob works! Oh my god! Yeah, that was one thing the other one was broken on, was just the volume knob. It was such a pain to turn up and down. But now this one works perfectly. It has Bluetooth. As you can see, there's nothing plugged into my phone. what I was saying before is I had this aux cable connected to another thing, so it was just a mess. But now I can just put it in here if I wanted to, if we need aux or, you know, USB, all good to go. So all I'm going to do now is actually just put in all 4 screws, put in the trim, put in the other 2 screws from the AC unit, pop in all of those dials, and we are good to go. Beautiful. And just like that, it's all clean, installed. I had to take off this little radio trim here that goes around here most of the time, because it does not fit in there. There's like no space, and then it just like pushes against this trim. So I took it out completely. It is a little bit lopsided. I'm not sure why. I think the bracket might be upside down on one side, so that might be a problem, but I don't really care that much. It might bother me enough to where I do it eventually, but right now I'm glad I can just turn on my car, not have to plug anything in, and play music and still be able to charge my phone from this cable. So that's beautiful. Anyways, yeah.